Welcome, Virgo. This is your lunar eclipse in Taurus reading. We've got a full moon, almost full lunar eclipse. It is 97%, I do believe, in North America. Tonight into tomorrow morning, we've got a lunar eclipse, you guys. It's a big one. It's going to start a cycle. That's going to last for a pretty good long time. It'll definitely go all the way into 2022. It's in the sign of Taurus. So obviously we're at the end of Scorpio season, so the sun is still in Scorpio. There's a lot of astrology behind all of this. It's very potent. It's very strong. Anybody who's sensitive to moon energy, I'm certain that you can feel it, Virgo. So, yeah, I think that's all I'm going to say about the astrology. Let's just get into the reading, and you're going to very quickly find out. Let's start with the oracle cards, because I think this gives us a nice framework. So, ta-da! Look what came out of the deck with the Black Moon astrology cards. You guys got the Lunar Eclipse card, so there is change. Does this card, 43? This is it. This is what lunar eclipses are all about. They are about change. They're about radical change. And we see next to it that you've got the focus for you guys, Virgo, is going to be in the 10th house. Now, this card says authority. I can also tell you that the 10th house has to do with our public persona, our career. It's like this, it's ruled by Capricorn, right? So this is like, it's an earthy house. It's a house where we have status out in the world. It's the way people see us and perceive us. It can certainly have to do with our professional relationships, and it can have to do with our purpose. So there's something really, really big about our value here. And again, this full moon is in Taurus. So what's Taurus? Again, it's another earth sign, just like you. So you've got all of the earth element. Virgo, you are an earth sign. The full moon is in an earth sign, and this reading is showing up in an earth house. So pretty significant. It's going to have to do primarily, Taurus rules like what we value, right? It's our earned income. It's how we assess or size ourselves up, right? And how we project our value out into the world. And, a lot of our authority, like definitely authority would be coming up. There's a lot of masculinity to the 10th house, right? The 4th house would be like ruled by Cancer and the moon. The 10th house is ruled by Capricorn and the sun. So, Saturn. Very masculine. And, so there's a change. There's a change in this area of life, right? There's something shifting, with how you perceive yourself and how others perceive you. I feel like it's like what you're willing to invest in your day-to-day. This is all your day-to-day life. This is like how you invest in relationships, how you invest in work, how you invest in your home, how you invest in your family, like what is important to you, what are you placing value on, like, what are you willing to let go of? What are you needing to hold on to? Like, this is all the kind of stuff, okay? These are the themes of this full moon. And you did get the lunar eclipse card. I can't really overstate that. So there's a big shift for you, Virgo, with this. And then the other two cards we had was a win-win outcome is forecast. So that's your full moon in Libra. And then right to the left, we have balance, which is Libra. So we've got Libra all over this thing. The scales, the balance. There's a shift. There's a balance in a change and a shift, right? In you balancing out these energies. Okay, are you putting too much emphasis on money? There's a good question. Are you focus so much on making money, or keeping hold of your possessions, right, that you're blocking off the energy flow for something new and abundant to come in, right? Like, these are the kinds of themes. Where are you holding on too tightly, right? Where are you focusing in one area of your life to the exclusion of others? Maybe you're not focusing enough. Maybe you kind of are at like the end of your rope with your career, with your job, with your public persona. Like, maybe it's time for you to like let all of what's dragging you down go, so that you can open up the energy flow to something brand new and allow that change to come in, right? This is about finding that balance, and that balance will come in. The universe, you know how it works, right? Like, when we hold on to something too tightly, for instance, something will happen, and we'll be given chances to make adjustments, and sometimes we make those, and sometimes we are stubborn, right? Like, let's be honest, we do it. Sometimes fear holds us back. Sometimes people in our lives hold us back, right? It's like circumstances, different things happen. So I would just be on the lookout at this time for where you need to restore balance, or where balance is like clearly like where something is just like out of whack. Okay. In these areas of your life. So that is the framework for the reading, and let's get into the message. So we see at the bottom of the deck, the main deck, we have the Six of Cups. And then on the underlying deck, we have the Queen of Cups. So this is relationships. This is love. So, are you making money by participating in a career that you love? Are you following your dreams? Are you do you feel like you're aligned with your life path? Like, are you living your purpose? Do you know what your purpose is? Like, do you feel emotionally good, right? Do you feel good? Do you feel good, Virgo? Do you feel balanced? Do you feel like the people around you are supportive? Do you feel worthy and valued at your job, in your home, in your family, with your partner, in your relationships? These are the questions, right? Let's find out what we have going on here. So I'm using Tarot of Dreams, and they have those extra palace cards, and you got two of them, right? And so the Palace of Swords is all about like our ideas, our thoughts, the place in our mind. Like, look at the card. We'll actually pan in here. It's like this fantasy place. It's like this place where anything's possible, where we can create any imaginary thing that we want. Like, this is a real place of creativity, right? And where we can make all of our dreams, we can fathom, right? Like, where what am I trying to say? It's like where they emanate from. It's like a very deeply creative place, where, it's very private, it's very personal. It's a refuge. It's a place where we go, right? But it's clarified by the Lovers. And so again, there's this balancing act going on. There's this the scales, right? There's the Lovers is Gemini, right? But it's all mercurial. It's all ruled by Mercury, right? In the Palace of Swords, it's all of our thought processes. It's where we go to create the ideas, right? It's a place where we think, and we I'm kind of at a loss for words, which is funny. It's being that this is like all about Mercury. But with the Lovers, right? Like, there's some kind of a balance between the head and the heart here, because we do see all of this cups over here, and then we see like heavily like this thinking, right? So maybe then the question is what is out of balance, because next we have the palace of coins, right? So, and this is the place where we live. This is the environment. I mean, look at how beautiful this is, right? Like, we live in this beautiful, like a beautiful home, and we have this beautiful scenery around us, and it's abundant and it's lush, and it's bringing us into like our wish fulfillment, right? It's like, are we manifesting through our desires, through our wishes, through our dreams? Are we manifesting, are we bringing into our physical realities the things that we want? And do we need to, is there something that we need to do, right, to bring that into harmony, to bring that into balance? And I would say that it looks like with the Four of Coins that there's something amiss. There is something in this full moon, in this eclipse, that wants to change, that wants to, it's like spurring you on, Virgo, to take the reins, to become the authority, to there's kind of like a masculine energy going on here where, you know, there's some kind of lack. The Four Queens is lack, right? Look at how Spartan it is. I mean, are you holding on to these measly little 4 coins? Because there's something that you're afraid maybe to let go of. It's a valid question, right? Is there something bigger that you've dreamt for yourself that, like the sky's the limit with these 2 cards, right? And then there's this choice with the Lovers next to the 4 coins. Are you willing to let go of the fear that you have to really invest all 4 of these coins? Like, are you willing to spend them all because you trust and you know that the universe has something bigger for you? Because you need to come into alignment within yourself, because there's something bigger that you desire for yourself, right? Like, whatever that may be. And there's just a lot of major arcana here. So it's really hard for me to say with this reading. Like, it could apply to literally any area of life, but I will say that it's tied into this 10th house. So I really feel like, because we're talking about Taurus, I really feel like it's about your money. It's about your trajectory and your career path and like what you're doing to make that money. And, are you scared to let go of what has been safe for you? Maybe what has been comfortable for you. But like, when you look at it, there's something obviously glaringly missing. Your life is in sharp contrast to like what all is possible for you, and you feel that. You feel like you're reflecting back on an earlier time, right? This is the 6 of Cups and next to the Lovers. And it's like, are your relationships fulfilling? Do you find yourself in an emotionally stable place? Or do you find yourself in the opposite, right? In the polarity of that. There's something with this moon that's like causing you to question your place in this world. Look, you've got the world twice, the world and the world. And it's asking you to take this leap of faith to start something brand new. That's invest 7 of Coins in this tree of life. Like, are you willing to play the game of life in order to have the vision that you desire for yourself? Like, will you play bigger? Will you play bigger? That's really kind of just the message here. And in order to do that, it requires change. It requires you really just, I guess it's an individual thing, right? Like, what are you willing to do? How are you willing to come into that balance? you know? And are you willing to face it? And have you defined it? What does it look like? What, we're ending on a 7 of coins. Take a look. Take a look at your situation. Where are you going to be a year from now? Where are you going to be 5 years from now? What does that look like? Have you even given any thought to that? Would you like to give thought to that? Would you like to consider and allow yourself to sort of dream bigger, right? Like, can you allow your imagination to sort of run wild here for a minute? This is the time to do it during this lunar eclipse. Set those intentions. Make it abundantly clear with the universe. You know what, universe? This, like, what I have going on here, like, it's okay, but it's not exactly what I had in mind, and I'd like something more. Great. Let's define it. Let's face it. Let's take a leap of faith and try something new, right? Because a win-win outcome is forecast. Moon in Libra, you're coming into balance. There's something coming into an alignment for you. There's an energy that wants to, lead you into new paths, into greener pastures, to invest in something bigger, to believe in something more, right? That's the kind of energy here. Think about when you were a kid, Think about all the crazy things. It's like, oh, I wanted to be a rock star, right? I wanted to be a rock star, be a performer on stage. I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to travel around the world. I wanted to be married and have lots of kids. I wanted to own a mansion. My dream is to own a mansion. I want to own property. Like, whatever it is, like the sky is the limit. And this is kind of goading you forward, Virgo, to go to those places that you don't always dare to go. So yeah, dream big. that's the message I got for your lunar eclipse. So I hope this inspired you or helped you to get some different perspective maybe, or what have you. If you liked the video, please hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. We're going to be back next week. I'm going to actually be back on Sunday, Monday. We're going to get it into Sagittarius season, which is going to be wonderful. I'm super excited for that shift in energy out of Scorpio season. We'll see what happens. We'll see where it's taking us. Virgo, I will catch you on the flip side.